All right, guys. So today we're going to be covering our new version of MetaStock, version 17, that we just released last week. I have some of you guys here in GoToWebinar and on YouTube following along. If you guys want to touch in with any questions that you might have for me regarding MetaStock 17 or anything we're going to be showing today, feel free to type them in. I'm going to be doing my best to monitor them here, and we also have Hunter in the room today who can let me know if you guys have any questions in YouTube. I know we've been doing a few of these videos lately and kind of just trying to let everyone know about all the different features. So I've tried to change mine up just a little bit today, so it might be a little different from some of the other videos you've seen or features that you've seen on the MetaStock 17 release. But I am also going to be providing you guys with resources of where you can go to watch more tutorial-based videos that we've done on the enhanced features, as well as where you can go to get more in depth on some of the features we'll be covering today. If you guys aren't familiar with who I am, I'm Bobby Hiller. Been here at MetaStock for over 3 years now. I work as an account manager in the sales department. So if you guys ever have questions regarding the platform, even if it's after today's webinar, you're more than happy or more than willing to be able to reach out to me directly here. I put up on the screen my contact details. You guys can give me a call, send me an email, or chat with us on our website. We're always happy to help you guys out, answer any questions that you might have. I think YouTube already got to see our disclaimer early on, but for those in GoToWebinar, I would just like to kind of review that this demonstration is designed to instruct you on using MetaStock and the accompanying plugins. This is not going to be any recommendation to buy or sell, but rather guidelines to interpreting and using the specific indicators and features within the software. The information, software, and techniques presented today should only be used by those who are aware of the inherent risk in trading. MetaStock will have no liability for any investment decisions based on the use of the software, any strategies or information provided in connection with the company. So basically just trade at your own risk, guys, but hey, our software can very likely still help you with your trading, and even more so now than ever before with the release of our version 17. And this is kind of just like a highlight page that I have pulled up for you guys. Some of the key features we're going to be reviewing today is our QuoteCenter that's in MetaStock, which is going to allow you to monitor your different lists and securities within the software in a really easy to follow format, and as well as we added OptionScope to MetaStock. This is huge. Some of our real-time subscribers, you've been able to access some options data within Zenith in the past, but now you're going to have full options access even for end-of-day users inside of MetaStock 17. Currently, for end-of-day users, we have the U.S. optionable stocks, all the data for that available, and real-time has global options data available, but we're going to be enhancing that even more as time goes on. One of my favorite features with this new release too is we have faster load times now. I mean, up to 40% faster, some of the numbers being thrown around. So just the whole platform is going to be running a lot more smoothly. You're going to be in and out of doing your analysis far faster now with these enhancements. We do have legacy file format improvements in our downloader, which I'll be reviewing on. Automatic updates for our symbol utility bases, pre and post market data, tons of usability features. We're going to try and touch on a lot of them today, as well as we'll be spending some time on the brand new add-ons that are just included in the actual software, which are, not brand new, but brand new being that they're included for free, which is Elliott Wave and Martin Pring special K systems. You used to pay $600 to get those added to our software, but now they're just included in 17, as well as we have some enhancements for our popular RMO system, including far more guided commentary on it. So with the QuoteCenter, the first one here, I do actually want to maybe just jump inside of MetaStock and show you guys this new power tool that's going to be available. So let's go ahead and get in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just open up our MetaStock Power Console here. I'm sure if you're an older user, you're familiar with our Power Console. But one thing you're going to notice right away here is that there's two new options here. So 50% more power tools, I like to say. And one of the first ones here right below our chart is going to be the QuoteCenter, as I've been discussing. And with this, now when you're trying to actually go in and manage and update your list or do things of that nature, it's going to be a whole lot easier now. You can come in, and I'm going to go ahead and close these out just so you see what you would normally see when you enter the QuoteCenter. It has our online data list in here, and you can drop down these tree menus of, if you have custom lists or public online data lists. And once you're inside of here, in the past, it can be rather troublesome to kind of dive in and pull up exactly what you're wanting and save lists in the past. But now it's completely revamped. I'm just going to kind of click on the DAX 30 here to show you. Once I've done that within QuoteCenter, it shows me on the right all the instruments I have selected in this list. And there's a few ways that you can already kind of play around with the data at this point. So I've clicked the DAX 30 over there, but say I actually already know I don't want to open up all of them, or I just want to select some of them. I can click on them here, remove them from my list. You can even shift click to select multiples to remove. And now you can see over on the left-hand side, it says I have 25 of 30 of these selected. We'll even drop that down so you can look. It unchecked these here, but it's a lot easier for me to kind of see them on this portion of the page. And now I'm going to actually go ahead and just open this up to kind of show you guys what the QuoteCenter does, and really probably where you're going to be doing the most editing of your list and viewing of your data is within the actual QuoteCenter window here. And now you can see, now I've popped this up. You have a full list up here where you can display the last, high, low, open, volume, open interest. With real time, you even get the bid, the ask, the net change, percentage change, the time. So viewing all of this here is far easier now. You used to have to run an exploration if you wanted to, say, just have a list of the open, high, low, close volume in MetaStock. And you'd have to run the exploration specifically searching for those things. Now you can really easily pull it up here. Maybe you want to save your portfolio in a custom list in here. And as you can see up here too, this is titled QuoteCenter List 4. We've been on this demo computer here creating several custom lists already, so you can see quite a number in here, but maybe this is called your portfolio, and you have it saved up here. And another great thing about QuoteCenter here is when you are going through and reviewing these lists, it's actually as easy as just double clicking now, and you can open up a chart from within QuoteCenter. And it looks like my charts do have an expert attached to them already. But now, so if I'm reviewing my portfolio daily, I just want to come in here and open up the different charts for these. It's as easy as double clicking. Say I look at this chart that has my analysis on it, and do you know what? I don't want to monitor this security anymore. From inside of QuoteCenter, I clicked on that and I just hit delete on my keyboard, and it removed that from my list. And now, I could update this saved list, or if I want to, kind of save this as something different, saying, hey, this is the list of things that I still have active trades in, or something of that nature. You can do that with inside of the QuoteCenter now. Let's see what else here. And from doing this too, on top of being able to very easily, just go in and open up your different charts and whatnot as well. Even once you've done just say a simple exploration, say you did run a scan because you're looking for more in-depth criteria, you wanted to check on, moving averages or surge prices or something of that nature. So you've ran an exploration. And so I'm going to go ahead and just pull up the list of this was an exploration that was recently ran. So after you've run your scan, you have your list here. In the past, you could save this list, but not with QuoteCenter, or save it to a clipboard if you maybe wanted to paste the list into Excel for some reason or something of that nature. But now, after you've actually run an exploration, my new workflow has changed within the software. I can take a list of my results right here, and I can open them all in the QuoteCenter. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that exploration that I had opened up, that list, that was from Special K, which we're actually going to be touching on here a little bit later today. But this was the result list from that. So it's automatically named slope primary cell 1 from the Special K exploration scan. So that's great. Now, after I've done my exploration, I can open these up to view them in here, and now simply double click to open up these charts, and I can open up these charts with that Special K template if I like to go through them this way. And then as soon as I know that, hey, maybe I don't want to, work with this security, even though it met the exploration results, it doesn't meet my other criteria, easily just delete the different securities that you don't want from this list. And maybe you already know there's other ones that you want to add to this list. It's as easy as coming right here to the add instrument search field inside of the QuoteCenter and say, I want to have Facebook in this list too, or, the Dow Jones Industrial. You can easily type in additional instruments in here and save this list with that. You also have the instrument search function in here as well. Maybe I didn't know, the symbol for Tesla or something. So if I come in here, I can just type Tesla under name, and then it's going to give me the different symbols for that. And I can easily come in and add these to my list as well. So some huge new functionality here with the QuoteCenter. You're going to be able to far more easily actually, manage the different lists, the different explorations, and even the system tests that you're running, and organize them in an easier fashion. It's going to save you guys a ton of time, and I know everyone here is going to be able to benefit from the QuoteCenter if you're using MetaStock. Let's dive back into our PowerPoint here. It might even review a couple of things I might have missed while going through the QuoteCenter. So with it, it does allow you to view both online and local data. So if you're not subscribed to our data and you're just using your own local data provider, you can, also manage and view that data inside of the QuoteCenter. You can have lists up to 1250 list, up to 1,250 lists saved in there, and you can have up to 600 securities open at a time as well. And you can even rank and sort them too. That's one thing I hadn't managed or mentioned. So once you do have all those popped up, say you have, you ran your exploration and all these are giving you a buy signal that day, say, you want to only get into a security, under a certain amount. So you can sort by, the price, the last price, and review the data that way. Or any of these different criteria here. You can even move them around to kind of edit it to your own preferred preference while you are within that specific list. So I did want to show you guys that. Let's jump back in here. All right, so those are just some of the key features too on QuoteCenter. As I had mentioned to you guys earlier on, if you want a more like tutorial-based video or description on these, kind of really showing you how to use it all instead of just showing you the enhanced features, I recommend you go to metastock.com/what's-new. That's metastock.com/what's-new. And Kelly, the president, did a video where he kind of really has good instructions on how to go through all the great new features with these. I'm just going to be showing you guys a lot of the highlights today. And the next thing we're going to be highlighting is OptionScope. This is the other power tool that we have available inside of MetaStock now, and this is huge. People have been asking for this forever. I personally like to trade options as well, so this was a big deal for me to have added into the platform. So let's jump back inside of MetaStock here and go back into our Power Console and into the other new tab that I had mentioned, OptionScope. So now, once you go inside of here, because this demo computer does have real time on it, you have, a full list of public online data. So any option that's available globally, you're going to be able to find it in here. And with end of day, you can get the US optionable stocks in here. Right off the bat, it does give you some different areas where you can kind of do some pre-filtering before you open up a security. You know, I'm going to just use the instrument search to select my instrument. We're going to go with Tesla. And then, you know, let's say I want to be able to look at all the stocks that expire, or sorry, options that expire within the next 365 days. And, you know, I want them to be within 15% of the strike price. And as far as expiration type goes, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and select all. So you can already do some pre-filtering here. That was just kind of to show you guys some of the options available. But now I'm going to open it up and we can take a look at OptionScope here. So now, once I'm in here, you can see there's a lot of data. I mean, Tesla is a very popular security, so there's a lot of different options available for it that, you know, are ranked out in different ways. But you'll see right off the bat all the different fields of data we have. One thing that we also included, and all the calculations are done for you, so you don't have to do it yourself, are the Greeks. And we won't go super in depth on what all the different Greeks are. We'll have some other videos out released on that for you guys to be able to look at. But you do have the delta, the gamma, the theta, the vega, the rho, all available in here. And you can even sort by these as well. With the different options, as well as there's click down filters on the left hand side. So, you know, we had selected anything that expires like within the year or something, but say I know, hey, I want to look for options that expire in September of next year. You know, I can filter it down even further through that. Adjust my strike price filters. I'm not locked into the parameters that I chose initially in the Power Console. If I want to change them up in here, I can do that. If I want to change the symbol that I'm looking at or do an instrument search, you can do that too. Also, with the Greeks, if you're wanting to, you know, change the row, so you do want to have a different dividend yield or interest rate for the options and the row calculation that's done for you. You can edit that here. Everything else is already put in at, you know, the stuck system parameters for options and their Greeks. You'll also notice though that it does have, you know, the last, the bid, the ask. You can have puts and calls in here. And one thing that I also love about OptionScope and version 17 of MetaStock now is with these different options, you know, you can open them up in a chart. And just like we did previously, you can simply double click on it to open that up. And so that's what I just did. It's showing it back here. As long as the option has, you know, the data available, if it's a very commonly traded one too. I didn't really look at the volume for this. This looks like it does have some volume on here, so it's still going to plot it on my chart for me. And as you guys can see, well, maybe wasn't the best one to select because the volume is so low, but if it's a very, you know, popular and highly traded option, you're going to be able to chart it. You can apply your expert advisors to them, your templates to them, do analysis. You can compare the different options too, opening up multiples of them at a time. Let's even find one maybe that has a bit more volume. Or I guess, you know, we could sort. Oh, I guess there wouldn't be many people trading one that expires tomorrow. So here's a better example of one pulled up that has a little more volume. You know, you'll be able to chart this stuff now. And another huge thing here too, is you can take this list and, you know, say copy these over, and you can open them up in the QuoteCenter now as well. So if you want to be able to view them in QuoteCenter too and save the different options into custom lists, you guys will be able to do that as well. So these power tools work together. So all the OptionScope information, you can also, you know, pull the different symbols for these calls into your monitored list to be able to view them there as well, you guys. So it's really exciting stuff here, especially if you're an options trader. I mean, that's going to be huge for you guys. And as I mentioned, global option coverage for our real-time users, and we also released the US optionable stocks for end of day too. And we have some really good promotions going on that right now too. You can get a month of the options data for free with your upgrade to 17, or a buy 1 month and get 2 months for free if you're on our lease of MetaStock end of day with the Americas package. Then you're going to get options data included in that now. So if you guys are already on a subscription, you can go in and download 17 and start using, OptionScope and the QuoteCenter right now, right away, as well as get into the other features on here too. So let's jump back into the PowerPoint. Here's kind of the highlights from that. I think I tried to cover on a lot of it, but there are a lot more sorting criteria that you can go through and different filtering criteria that you guys can go through. So really cool here. You can, like I said, save the different options in your list. You can run system tests against the different options to see which ones perform the best on the strategies that you like to use. So tons of new options here for you guys, especially for you guys trading options. Moving on from the two main power tools here, we also added just a ton of quality of life improvements and user requested enhancements. And this is kind of just a highlight of them. I'm going to show you guys some of them inside of MetaStock so we can view it. But I just wanted to kind of, in the earlier parts of the video, just get a lot of the information out to you guys. There's new ways that we've kind of renamed and managed everything inside of MetaStock. If you're a really old user or you had some of our earlier versions, sometimes in our indicator list or within your explorations, it might have said like Equus, Dash, and MACD. And so you'd have to sort down to the E if you were looking for a MACD. But now, that's going to be labeled as MACD initially by MetaStock. So especially for brand new users, you guys are going to love these features in 17. Everything's just going to flow extremely smoothly for you. And for you guys that are upgrading, you're going to have easier access to the data and information too. Of course, if there's ever a certain flow or naming that you liked previously and you want to keep it that way, you can import in your older list and things into 17 and still use them that way too. We've just tried to make things even better for everyone overall with this release. Another really key feature here, and some things that a lot of people have been asking for, I'll touch in on some of these actually just right inside of MetaStock. If you come in here under File, it's going to show you a few things that we added in 17. And one of those being back up your user files. So a lot of people, maybe you're setting up MetaStock on additional computer or device, and you want to be able to very easily take your user files and transfer them over to the new computer, or maybe you're updating Windows and you want to make sure you have a backup files of MetaStock. So before you used to have to go in and navigate through tons of different folders to find everything. Now just come inside of MetaStock, click backup user files, choose where you want them to go, and save it, and you're done. As easy as that. Never have to worry about losing your data or having to revert back to something. Also, we added a one-click option for deleting your smart charts. And smart charts are something we've incorporated in MetaStock, in case you weren't aware, where whenever you open up a different chart, so let's even see if I can do an example here. Just open up Facebook here. It automatically has, I have my data set funny here. But when you would open something up, it'll automatically save the previous indicators, the previous time layout, or volume, or things that you had applied to your chart just automatically. And then, when I, exit out of the actual security with this X up at the top, it didn't ask me to save anything. And the reason it didn't ask me, so the X at the top, I keep clicking the wrong one. The reason it's not asking me to save is because it's saved as a smart chart. So now whenever I go back in and open that up, it would have the same settings applied. But sometimes people just want a fresh slate. They don't want that stuff available. And instead of individually deleting the smart charts on each one, there's an easy button to just do it there now. I can't have any charts open when I am doing that. is basically what that just told me. If you see here, I still have several charts open. So another feature that we added, you guys, is when you come in here and you do close all. Before, when I did that for the ones that weren't saved as smart charts, when it is asking me if I want to delete this, you used to have to click no or yes on saving these each time, and you could have 100 charts open, and if you played on all of them and now you're closing them out, you used to have to click no, no, no. It's a silly little thing, but it's huge to have this no to all button now where I just click it and they all close down. So that was incorporated in, as well as just a quality of life enhancement that's going to save you time. I mean, the faster load times, the better layouts, the better list management. I mean, a ton of this is just about saving you guys time in your daily analysis. And you know what they say, time is money. And obviously, our software is kind of designed all around saving people time and helping you, of course, to use better strategies and doing all the math and formulating for you guys. And it just keeps getting better and better with every release here. And now that I do have all of them closed, if I come here and do delete all smart charts, it lets me do it. Real easy here, and real just great quality of life enhancements that are included. Also, there's now user memory. Before, MetaStock just used to start up. It was just a blank canvas every time, nothing on your screen. Now say, there are charts you're always looking at, or you were doing something in particular when you closed MetaStock before because you had to get up and go answer the door or something, and then you forgot and your computer shut down. Well, now you come back, open up MetaStock, and it's going to leave you right where you left off previously. So just another real small thing that's actually a big enhancement for our older users, and it's just going to make everything flow more seamlessly for new users too. It's also easier to access past exploration results now too. You guys might have even kind of seen me do this a little bit earlier when I was inside of MetaStock, but just when you're in your Explorer tab now here, you can even see over, I have some explorations clicked, but there's a new layout in here. You can more easily view your past explorations. There's the view all reports button in here, but then also just when you're clicked in on the different things, it adds additional, just easier ways to manage your exploration list results and go in and view them. Let's see what else there's listed in here. The Power Console has a smoother interface with it as well. I think we covered on some of these earlier, just inside of the software with the save to all and the no to all. Also, for our local data users or those that like to utilize the downloader, we've enhanced the features with that too. So this upgrade is going to apply to everyone, even if you don't trade options, or you already have like somewhere where you view your portfolio or list. There's other features in here that are going to benefit you with the time saving and functionality, especially for you local data users with the new downloader. And let me actually just jump into that by opening up the downloader here. So in case you guys didn't know, and for some people, in the past with our versions like 10 and 11, we had kind of some different formula techniques, as well as an older downloader for actually downloading our data and working with local data that used what we call our legacy format. Now we have a new MS local data format that actually goes out to a higher decimal point, so it's more precise and accurate. It's also a faster format for our software and other platforms to be able to read. But a lot of people still, from 10 years ago, they're working with some of the same data, or maybe you work with another software that utilizes our old legacy format. And so for those users that have been on 16, we would still have to give them our old version 11 downloader so that they could work with the legacy formats. So now we've just kind of incorporated that into version 17s. So whether you're working with local data, in the legacy or the new MetaStock format, you're going to be able to do all of that in the version 17 downloader now. You don't have to use old software, which was kind of silly, to be able to work with those older formats. If this is all kind of a foreign language to you guys, I would say still use our newer formatting. Like I mentioned, it's faster, it's better enhanced for local data formats, but for those of you that have been asking for the ability to still use the legacy format in our newer versions, you can now do that with the new built-in downloader. So really exciting. Another thing that we've done in here is made it so when you do have a local list of data, you can actually come in and adjust that data right from inside of the downloader now. That's not something we'll touch in on, maybe why you'd want to do that, maybe for splits or different dividends or things like that. But right from inside of the downloader now, you can select whether you want to add, subtract, multiply, divide, and the factor you want to do that by. Choose the dates that you want for editing this data as well. So really great feature there, included in the version 17 downloader for everyone that likes to work with the offline and local data. So I'm happy they were able to add that in for you guys too. Let's see. Also the flow within like our system tester and the Explorer and some of the other tools that we have. You used to have maybe different ways of accessing certain information or different names for things that would lead you to the same thing, and we just kind of updated all of that. One thing I actually was originally thinking of including in my slides that I didn't is we also have pages of just other little minor bug fixes that probably not many people are even going to notice, all these little things. But with the release of 17, there were just countless behind the scenes improvements to and little bug fixes and things of that nature where you're definitely going to benefit from them. It's kind of a scenario where you might not even realize it, but it's a good thing in that case, because if you're staying back on the older versions, when you do run into these little bugs or errors or just quirky things that could have occurred, I guess, because we try and fix any bugs in the old versions, of course, but just quirky things have been fixed, enhanced in 17, so it's just overall a lot better. Another really big thing that we released that I know a lot of others haven't touched on in their videos is we have commitment of trader data now. Jeff Gibby actually worked really hard on releasing a lot of this information. The commitment of trader report, it's a weekly publication that shows holdings of different types of participants in the U.S. futures markets. So if you're a futures trader, this is huge. So our options guys, they got OptionScope. Everyone working with futures, you got the COT reports. And with this, you can we have an update page where you can do updates and patches at MetaStock.com, where you can access the COT reports. Because there is so much involved with it, over 93 indicators, 21 expert advisors, 21 layouts for this futures data. We didn't want to kind of clunk that all into the software initially in case, people aren't utilizing it. But if this is something you want access to with version 17, you can go to our updates page at metastock.com and access these and add them into the software with 17. So really exciting stuff there with that. I can't remember if we touched on this earlier, but also you used to have to go to our metastock.com website pretty much every single month or even weekly to go in. And if you guys haven't been doing this with the older versions, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, etc., on and on, your symbol formats and the actual, RICs could be wrong in the software. Sometimes I run into customers that didn't know they were supposed to do this, which is unfortunate. So now we've just had our symbol utility database update automatically. You'll open up MetaStock and it'll tell you that they have been updated. No need to navigate to our website and download the file every single time that we release it. So that's huge. Another real big time saver. That's the highlight with 17, I think, is all the time saving, and then for the general user, and then of course options and the COT data and all of that. Also, with MetaStock real time now, you used to be able to access some pre and post market data when you were inside of Zenith or the retail version of Icon we offer. Now you can actually turn that data on and off right inside of MetaStock, and I'll even show you guys how to do that real quick. Let's just go ahead and open up a quick chart here. I'm just going to select this first one. Oh, actually, I have to make sure I open up online data with real time. That was actually in my local data list. So let's go ahead and just open up a security from the NYSE and have this load in. And right now, well, I actually don't know why that's not loading. Let's go ahead and open up a new security because I might not have selected the amount of data or anything like that to load initially and have a clean template for it. So now, when you're inside of your chart here, you can simply go into chart window properties. And if you come over into the trading sessions within here, for real-time users, again, you can simply check this box here to include the pre and post market data, because there is, trading that goes on after the market's closed, at the end of the day, and also before, the market's open by institutions and some other traders. And so if you want to be able to view that data or get access to that or apply, your different systems and strategies with that data included, all you have to do is simply, check on the box there and open that up. I'm not going to leave it applied because most of the systems or things we use here are based off the open, high, low, close data and not pre and post market, but it's definitely a great feature to have if it is something you want access to, or if you want to see why a gap like this occurred. If you turn on the pre and post market data, you're going to be able to see all the trades that took place in that gap up or gap down. So another really great key feature there. So let's jump back into our PowerPoint. Backing up the user files, that's something we touched in on earlier. I showed you guys how to do that and how to delete all of the different smart charts, say no to all, the easier formula finding. Like I said, we kind of renamed everything, kind of combined it all, so now it's just a much easier to use, enhanced layout. Also with the exploration options available to you guys when you can go in and I was kind of showing this earlier. I guess I kind of got caught up, but when you're down here in the exploration box, you can simply click to view all the reports down in there as well. And then, the QuoteCenter having the new list for you guys to be able to work through. Also, I don't know how much I showed, but when you are just in the Power Console, you can do a lot of editing on the list just right here too. But I personally like to do it actually within that Power tool, the QuoteCenter itself. But that's an option for you as well. We did also cover on the downloader here with all the enhanced features in the downloader, having the legacy formats and everything available. Also with the adjustments of data in the downloader now for our local data users, that's huge. Another thing we've incorporated the RMO strategy that's already built into MetaStock, Rahul Mohinder's oscillator. It's kind of a complex strategy if you don't understand it, but once you know how it all works, it's actually really easy to use, and it's a great system. If you guys are looking for a system to use inside of MetaStock, just one that's already pre-built in, I highly recommend checking out the RMO, especially now that we've added additional commentary with our expert advisor, which is going to help give you a lot more guidance when you're actually within the software. Just turn on the expert advisor for the RMO, and it's going to help tell you everything that you're looking at with that strategy. For new users too, it's one I recommend checking out, especially now that it's easier to use. We also, on our YouTube page, which is just youtube.com/MetaStock, will get you there. You can find a lot of additional videos on the RMO strategy. Another real big release here with 17 is we now have the Elliott Wave system included. This used to be a top-selling add-on. I know a lot of you are familiar with Elliott Waves. Well, we had a kind of a complex, really old add-on for it called the Alpha Omega. It was $300. It was super popular, but now we've kind of gone in and enhanced it a bit, made it easier to use. Out of the box, you get 3 expert advisors, 6 explorations, and 5 templates with it in order to utilize Elliott Waves at no additional cost now if you have MetaStock 17. And if you're not super familiar with the Elliott Waves, it was created by Ralph Nelson Elliott. He was an American accountant and author, and he studied the stock market and was very successful with it. And he created this kind of wave type analysis with MetaStock, or not with MetaStock, with his Elliott Waves to identify different trends in the financial markets. And so it's a really common system, and it's used all around the world. People have been utilizing his strategies for a long time now, and now with it just being included with MetaStock 17 and the easier to use layout that we have with it, this is definitely something you're going to want to take advantage of. And the fact that, you know, it used to be a top seller for $300 and now you don't have to pay for it, that's great too. It's going to help you identify different market cycles using market psychology. You know, I often like to say, you know, technical analysis, or, you know, charting, everything of that nature. These systems that we use, you know, a lot of humans, they'll trade based off of emotion, and, you know, they have patterns in the way that they trade. And technical analysis is just taking human emotions and plotting it as data points onto these charts, showing you what the market does. And, you know, the Elliott Wave system and a lot of the other technical indicators that we have in MetaStock, it's just a way of formatting that and taking advantage of human emotions by, you know, using technical analysis. We need to take our emotions out of the trade and follow these proven strategies within the software, and it's going to help us, you know, to be better traders. So getting back to Elliott Waves here. So there's multiple different waves in here that you're going to have access to, and we have multiple explorations inside of MetaStock with it too. You have your motive waves and the corrective waves, and then there's variations of each of these too. And it's kind of listed out here how they're labeled within on your charts when you have that. Also, you can run explorations with this too. And there's different levels of volatility that Elliott Waves works with as well. You have the fast amplitude, moderate amplitude, normal, slow, depending on, you know, how much volatility is within a specific security. It's going to affect the rate of the waves that you're going to want to use. And this is kind of just showing you a principle of that, of how, you know, high and low wave can be considered based off, you know, the volatility of the market. If you guys want to have just a quick peek at it, this is something too with Elliott Waves. If you go to that What's New video, metastock.com/what's-new, Kelly did a really good demonstration on Elliott Waves, and how they work. But also, I know we're going to be releasing some additional videos, hopefully here in the next couple of weeks, that just get really in depth on it. As you see here, there are multiple templates, and based off whether you're working with a high volatility or normal or low, you can select that one and then apply the template to your chart here. Also with it, we did include expert commentary too, so you're not going to have to go through using this on your own. We have manuals available for it. We provide you expert commentary telling you you know, the different indicators and helping you count the different waves and everything on here. If I zoom out, you can see some of these waves being listed here. It can get a little bit complex, but it's a great technique. It can really help you with your trades. And like I said, we do have some other videos out there that you guys can go watch if you want to learn more about it. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that it is in there now. Also, with that too, I guess I should say we're going to be releasing additional stuff. So already we have the Elliott Waves and the templates, the scans included. But for those that are huge Elliott Wave fans and you want even more details on our updates page on our website, we're going to have additional files and things for you guys to be able to take advantage of for Elliott Waves being released here real soon. But you already have the core system included inside of 17. Which is going to help you identify those market cycles, break down the different waves, and have better trades. The other system that we also now include in version 17 is Martin Pring's Special K. This was another top-selling add-on of ours that used to cost $300, and it's now included in version 17 at no additional charge. Martin Pring, he entered the financial markets back in 1969, and he's been a leader in global investment community. You can see right here on a lot about him, but actually getting into the system that he has with us. So his Special K expands on the KST indicator that some of you might be familiar with that's already inside of MetaStock, the no sure thing indicator it stands for. It's a momentum-based system using rate of change. And now with Special K, you have a more enhanced version that's going to work with that and provide you with a strategy that'll give you exact buy and sell signals inside of MetaStock using the add-on that used to cost $300. Also with this, we'll provide you guys with a full manual on it. We're going to have additional videos showing you exactly how to use it, but it's another great system and strategy where, I've even had some people upgrade to 17 just so that they could get this add-on. Well, that was the initial reason that they did it. Then they came back and they've been telling me how they love also the QuoteCenter and Options Watch and everything else that we've done with it. But I just want you guys to know there's a lot of value behind having Martin Pring's Special K system now included. Just to give you guys a little bit of information on how it works. So there's multiple different timing cycles. You have your primary trend and the intermediate trend, which it provides your results with. And once you kind of combine those together, you can give yourself a short-term trend line. I think, here we go. This describes it a little bit better. It combines those together to kind of let you know, like, hey, this is how this security has been trading up and down in this way. So, it helps give you entries and exits based off these different momentum cycles. Which can be huge, and a lot of people have really benefited from, and it allows you to target the different trend reversals really early on, so you can get in right at the start of a trade or trend direction shift is what I'm getting at there, and then have really great 1 to 6 week buying and shorting opportunities utilizing Special K. You no longer have to pay the $300. This was one of the last systems we used to ship out too. So, some people didn't want to try it out just because they didn't want us to have to ship it and have to install it. But now, just install version 17 and the Special K add-on is going to be in there for you guys, helping you identify those trends and take advantage of the short-term opportunities with it. And it does come with an expert advisor too, so it's going to give you guidance with it. And like I said, we have the manual on our website. I know we don't have a ton of time left, so I am starting to click through these a little faster. So we have explorations for both Special K and for the Elliott Waves too. I might even just kind of like show you guys if you're inside of our Explorer here. There's multiples for each of these, and they tell you exactly what it is that you're running a scan for too. So if I'm in the Explorer here, if I want to look for Elliott Waves, for fast Elliott Waves, even if you scroll over this, it tells you what exactly this scan is going to be searching for, and that's done for all 6 of the different explorations on Elliott Waves. And then same thing if we go down to Special K. It has multiple different scans for you identifying, different types of trends that are working off different moving averages and things of that nature. So it's all available in here for you guys. Once you chart it too, we have templates for it and commentary on it. So definitely, I recommend you guys look at those new systems once you've upgraded to 17. Kind of just to give you a bit of a recap, the 2 primary power tools, It's huge. The updated downloader that can work with the legacy formats and allows new ways of adjusting the data. You're going to have automatic symbol updates, review the pre and post market data, over 14 enhanced usability features, the new add-ons that are included for free. And I put the link here for you guys. I've been telling it to you, metastock.com/what's-new. Kelly kind of does a more tutorial-based video on these, and then we're going to have additional videos released in the near future on these as well. But there's still some other things I want to touch in on for you guys that I think a lot of the other presenters maybe haven't touched in on. One being our new add-on that we were initially going to release at the same time as 17, but it wasn't quite ready. We were perfecting everything with it. But that's Jake Bernstein's Setup and Timing Triggers 2.0. We have had his 1.0. Now version 2.0 is released, and it has additional enhanced technical systems. So this is going to work for anyone, regardless of what you trade, utilizing these technical indicators from Jake Bernstein. And you know, he's a very well-known trader, and he has had some great results, and people love the timings and triggers 1.0 that we released, but now 2.0 is completely revamped. If you own the old version, you can actually upgrade for just $99 to get the version 2.0. The retail price on it for a new user, though, is regularly $4.99, but as a lot of you know, we run different promotions at different times, so just reach out to us. Including right now with our holiday catalog event going on, you can save if you wanted to get this. To kind of reiterate, it is an additional charge. This one is not included in 17, but it's a brand new add-on that we just released that's only designed to work on 17. I initially put a URL link where you can go to learn more, but I know that's quite a bit to look at. So if you just go to metastock.com and navigate to the products on the left-hand side and then add-ons, you can find his Setup and Timing Trigger 2.0. Jeff Gibby did a video on it that you guys can watch as well to kind of see the new features in that, and that's a big one. Also, it comes with the commitment of trader data and reports and analysis for that. So if you're a futures trader working with COT and that COT data, kind of like I was touching on earlier, you're definitely going to want to check out the Setups and Timing Triggers 2.0 by Jake Bernstein. Also, one thing that, you know, a lot of people don't touch on, because when we're talking about an upgrade, you know, we send you to our What's New page or a video like this that tells you about all the new features in version 17. Well, I know some people, you know, they might have taken a break from trading or something, so they're still on an older, like version 15 or 14 or something. You guys, when you upgrade to 17, you get everything from all the previous versions too. So you're going to be getting the best platform. So I just wanted to touch on some of the highlights that we released in 16. In case you're not utilizing this stuff yet, you probably saw a lot of this in 17, but we added like favorite lists. We completely updated our Explorer in 16, so you're able to run like multiple explorations at a time and kind of review them as they're completing. There's a lot more kind of multitasking availability inside of MetaStock. I showed you guys how to adjust data in the version 17 downloader too. Well, with the release of version 16, we made it so you can edit your local data right from your charts too. And in that sense, just right click on your chart, hit edit data, and then you can type in your local or updated data. You can put in what if scenarios for end of day users too, or say you want to put in, you know, the market close time or some intraday, close pricing just for yourself to look at that day. You can do that utilizing the edit data function with version 16 and of course 17. There were also new add-ons included in 16, like our adaptive cycle toolkit and Dave Landry's system. In 15, we had brought back our offline mode and the local data format, like we've been touching on a lot of. We also added in like power strikes and sector stats, and like our teach talk trade systems as well. And then I kind of just pulled in a bunch of the highlights from some of these older versions too, just because I know people are seeing our version 17 videos and they haven't been trading in years, but they want to get back into it. Maybe you have version 8.7.6, I don't know. But all of these additional features are in 17 too. If you could do it before, you can pretty much do it now. So I did want to touch in on that stuff too. Also, for those of you considering upgrading, but I know a lot of people are worried, like, oh, I don't want to lose all my charts, or I don't want to have to do the installation. Maybe you're not very tech savvy, or maybe you have a firewall that always causes you issues when you're upgrading. You guys, our largest team here is the support department, and they're here to help you guys. We have free world-class support. We offer white glove service. I mean, we'll connect into your screen and do the install for you if you like. You're only really upgrading our actual MetaStock application. So if you have saved charts or settings or custom lists or favorites, things of that nature, they're saved in local files on your computer. So once you install the new upgraded version 17, 17 automatically can run a migration utility tool that's going to pull all that stuff into version 17 for you. If you have any concerns at all, our support team will help you out with that. Also, we do offer one-on-one no-cost training too. This is huge. There's other companies, they charge hundreds of dollars an hour to really screen share with you and do a full demonstration of their platform or the way that they utilize different indicators and systems. We'll do this for you guys, customized for you, do a full demonstration of all the new features, help show you how you can start taking advantage of our new features and improvements. So reach out to us. Our support team's contact details, it's right here. You can call them, chat live on our website, or even email them for any technical related needs. When it does come to new products or billing questions, things of that nature, that's kind of outside of their realm. That's more something I could help you guys with. So you're definitely more than free to reach out to me directly. I have a direct phone number that I'm going to list later on in the slides, or you can come and chat with me as well. And now I know a lot of you might be wondering what the cost for this is. So for our existing users looking to get upgraded here, for version 16 owners, because you've kept your software up to date and everything, we supply you with an additional discount here. It's only $179 for the end of day DC, so daily chart users to upgrade. Or if you have 15 or older, that's fine too. It's just $279. It's still on sale right now while we're doing our release promotions right now. And like I mentioned, even if you're back on version 9, you're going to get everything from 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So a whole new platform, years worth of upgrades for just $279 for software you're going to use every day, and that's going to help you ideally make money. I mean, you can't go wrong at those rates. For our real-time users that also get access to the intraday data, the pre- and post-market data in version 17, and the global options information. For our 16 users, you're looking at, it's just $100 more than for our end-of-day users. It looks like I might have put some wrong pricing here. You got $229 for 16, $329 for 15 or older. Reach out to me though. We'll work something out for you guys. For brand new clients, and also for existing clients, we are giving a free copy of Unleash the Power of MetaStock 17. So that's kind of like our ebook and a set of tutorial videos that actually go along with the chapters in the ebook, and also kind of training on like OptionScope and on QuoteCenter and all that. After our promotions end, we sell that for $99 because we do have a lot of free videos already available. But with these sales, we're giving that away for free too. And if you wanted to do like a lifetime purchase of MetaStock as a brand new user, right now you can get $50 off the end of day purchase or $100 off the real-time purchase. If you're looking to just lease, we have leasing options that include the software and the data starting at $59 a month, or starting as low as $199 a month for Forex users on real-time, or $250 for other real-time users. And we do offer a buy 1 month, get 2 months for free on that. If you want to learn more about all the different power tools, so like the charter or the charts, the Explorer, the system tester, our forecaster, and of course the new tools, OptionScope, QuoteCenter, you can visit metastock.com/Bobby Hiller. We have descriptions on all the power tools there, videos for each power tool, and it allows you to sign up for a 3-month trial if you're a brand new user. If you're an existing user, you can still reach out to me directly, and I can, help answer your questions. I can get you a deal on options data. If your account's been turned off for a while, I can help set you back up and kind of combine the existing and new customer promotions, so we can get you some extra free data and get you a discount on your upgrade. Just let me know. Or if you have other questions or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me or anyone here at MetaStock, and we're more than happy to answer your questions. I don't know if anyone has any specific questions they want me to kind of touch on before we end out the webinar for the day, but it does look like we have kind of hit our 1 hour mark. So, if you do have questions, maybe just send me an email, bobby.hiller@metastock.com, or you can come jump in our chat room and we can further discuss things there. Like I said, there are some other videos available if you want to get more in-depth information on any of the features too, or just reach out to me and I'll personally tell you about them if you like. But I think that's going to kind of wrap things up for today, guys. So it's been a pleasure being able to do this demonstration for you guys, and I look forward to providing you new and additional features in the future and answering any questions you guys have. So that's all for now. Thanks.